Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Melanie Brown and this is Museums with Mel. Join me on a global tour of museums and photo exhibitions where I celebrate art and culture from around the world. Today for episode 6 of Museums with Mel, we are doing our first international museum visit. So today I'm in Gordes, France at the Chateau de Gordes where I just viewed the work of photographer Hans Silvester. Guys, I'm a little bit speechless. Like, you ever seen the work of a photographer where you're just like, oh, I gotta go harder? Like, if people don't look at my work and feel what I feel when I just looked at his work, then that means I'm not doing my job as a photographer. So first impressions of the exhibition. So as you enter the Chateau de Gordes, you're going up the stairs and up the stairs and up the stairs in order to reach these like 2 to 3 rooms that have all of his work. As you're going up the stairs, you're also seeing photos that are mounted through the staircase. So that's kind of like a little preview of what you're gonna get once you enter the space where all the work is. And once you enter into the space, boy, are you taken aback. I don't know, I just saw right now, so please excuse me if I can't find the words because I'm really just amazed at, the work that I just saw. Where do we start? Clearly, Mr. Silvester was well-traveled. I mean, there's a large volume of work and you can tell that it's all in different places, different countries. And I think that he was able to give each place their own voice. So the first room that you enter into, it's all of his black and white work, which is really striking. The contrast on some of the photos are just really great. One thing I will say about the space that housed all the black and white works is that it seemed like it was during more modern times, because that work, it just seemed like everything was new. Everyone was kind of in suits, there were cars, and yeah, there were people that seemed like they were a little bit maybe on the lower class side of society, but everything just looked very modern in those photos. Whereas whenever you go up to the second room where all the color photography was, those seemed like they were more so in villages and cultural places, which I think was perfect because that's where all the color was. Like, cultures like in Asia or Africa, they use a lot of colors and the things that they wear, the way that they make up their body, their traditional makeup, the way they wear their traditional clothes is all very colorful. So I think it was great that he, saw that and noticed that as a photographer and switched to obviously color film instead of continuing to use black and white as he did in the more modern looking cities that he photographed. Using color film in places like Asia and Africa also gave a different feel to the work, because sometimes when I see work of like cultures that may be like considered third world cultures, it always seems so drab and sad, and it just kind of photographs them in a way that just makes it seem like they're so down on their luck. But the way that Silvester photographed these communities, they were very vibrant and very full of life, and their culture was put on a display and a pedestal that felt like this is something that they're proud of and happy about. His photographs feel like he appreciates these different cultures instead of just going there to like document them and leave, which, as you guys know, I said in my Frank's Tour video, I do not like that type of journalism where it just feels like they were there for a weekend for an assignment and then just left. His photos don't feel like that at all. It feels like he definitely appreciated these cultures and just wanted to document them exactly as they were, the beautiful diversity of all these different cultures. None of them felt like he was trying to exploit them or exploit their traditions or the type of things that they do within their culture. It all felt very considered and very beautifully photographed. So 3 things that I noticed about his work is the repetition. There were a lot of things that are repeating within his work and the subjects that he photographed. So whether that be like the feet in a circle, or there was a photo where a woman was sitting and she was like, I guess, a hat seller, and the repetition of all the hats behind her was very beautiful. The layering in his photos, like there's so much to look at in just one picture. And I feel like if he was able to like crop into different sections of each photo, it would be a totally different photo. So that was very pleasing, because you could really stay on one photo for minutes at a time, just like looking at everything that one picture has to offer. And then the last thing was consideration that he had for each different culture. Like I said, he was definitely well traveled. All the places that he visited, I didn't feel like he was photographing them all in the same way. Although I mentioned how his work has a lot of different layers and you see repetition in the photos, there are also a lot of his images that are very quiet but dynamic. So you have a photo of a guy that's just a portrait of him smoking, and it's just beautiful. You have another one of a woman who has like bracelets up her arm, and it's just her in the shot, and that one is very beautiful. So even though he has a lot of imagery that's like a lot of things packed into this one photo, all the ones that just have one person in the photo are just as dynamic as the others as well, and are kind of some of my favorites. So what did you guys think of Hans Silvester's work? I'm actually very excited to go back and study him a little bit more. I was not familiar with his game, I wasn't. So I'm excited to go back to the library and pick up some of his books and just study his work. I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute, but I just saw the show and I'm just kind of like reeling with excitement here. Of course, no matter where I go, I'm gonna visit the gift shop. They didn't really have a gift shop, but they did have these like cute little mini catalog books. And they're $2, they're €2. So I purchased one, and it's like a mini catalog of the show here. Of course, you know, it just wouldn't be me, it wouldn't be Musings with Mel if I didn't visit the gift shop. So let me know, guys, are you familiar with Hans Silvester's work? What did you like about it? Was there anything that you didn't like about it? How did you think about his photographs in the villages? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode of Musings with Mel.